Hello everybody, welcome to JD's Journeys. My name is JD and today we're going to be opening up once again. I don't think I'm alone when I say this. I'm an introvert, and I'm pretty sure a lot of booktubers are introverts as well. But of course, a lot of us seem to be pretty outgoing on YouTube, right? Well, we're alone. When we're taking the videos, we're alone, aren't we? So, feels like we can open up more. But of course, introverts can talk and talk and talk about any subject that they enjoy. So, I'm going to be talking a bit about some things about introverts that extroverts may not know. Before I continue, I just want to remind you I love comments, so please leave comments below. I appreciate any comments that any of you give. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. So, I'm an introvert. And to a lot of people, introverts are shy, insecure people who have no confidence. That can't be farther from the truth. That's not what an introvert is. Introverts are something totally different. Basically, an introvert is a person who gains energy by being alone, and we lose energy when we're in social situations. Now, this has nothing to do with social anxiety or shyness. It just has to do with how we gain and lose energy. The first topic is shyness. When I was a kid, I was definitely shy. Yeah, I was so shy that I wouldn't even tell a waitress what I wanted to order. I had to get my parents to order for me. I was that shy. And, well, of course, these days I'm not shy at all. Well, considering my job, I'm in front of a whole bunch of people talking about science. So I do have to talk in front of a lot of people. And if I was shy, then nah, I probably couldn't do it. I got over my shyness. But an introvert is not always shy. A little reserved sometimes. But we prefer our time alone. And that leads us into the next topic, alone time. Now, I spend a lot of my time at work with many people, talking to many people, and that just drains me of energy. So when I get home, I like to be somewhere alone, doing my own thing, not talking to anyone. That is how I regain my energy. That's how I recharge my batteries, I guess you could say. So the alone time doesn't mean I don't want to talk to anyone. It just means I'm low on energy. Introverts do like to talk. It's just that we are very specific about what we want to talk about. We enjoy talking about things that interest us. But when it comes to small talk, we just find small talk unnecessary, inane, and boring. It's like, why do we have to talk about the same thing over and over and over again? I'm not interested in that. So small talk is just pleasantries. It has no purpose other than that. Introverts tend to just want to get to the point. But if you bring up a topic that we enjoy, we'll talk for hours. Parties. You know, sometimes I enjoy parties as long as I know everyone at the party. But if I don't know anyone, I'm going to be sitting by myself against the wall looking at my phone. I don't really want to talk to a lot of people. That's because everyone just does small talk. So, whenever there's been a party and I've been invited, I decline. I've been to a few where I just felt like I was out of place. I just didn't want to be there. I wanted to leave. I was like, can we go home? When are we going home? I want to go home. I'm so tired. This is so boring. I want to go home. That's the way parties are for me. Now you see this. This is my old iPhone. I'm using my current iPhone to record this. But my old iPhone, well, this represents talking on the phone. I try to avoid using the phone as much as possible. I really dislike answering the phone. If it's someone I don't know, I I just feel like I don't want to talk. My old job several years ago was working in a call center. Now, I was making the phone calls, doing market research, and I didn't like talking on the phone before then, but after that job, I absolutely loathed talking on the phone. So if you want to talk to me, send me a text message or an email. I don't want to talk on the phone. Moving on to something completely different, being the center of attention. When I was a kid, I avoided being the center of attention as much as possible. When I played hockey, I avoided scoring goals because I didn't want to be in the center of attention. I didn't want to be in the spotlight. Things have changed now. I am the center of attention at work. I mean, everyone's listening to me. Everyone's watching me. Well, not watching me because it's in the dark. They're listening to me. And on BookTube as well, just YouTube in general. If you're watching my video, then I am the center of attention, right? So I don't shy away from it that much now, but it depends on the situation. It's okay sometimes. Of course, I'm not always talkative. I may be in, say, Starbucks, although I don't drink coffee. I'll have hot chocolate. If I'm in Starbucks and people see me, of course I'm quiet. If I'm somewhere I'm surrounded by people I know and I'm still quiet, well, I'm actually observing people. I observe a lot. I watch people's behavior. And this has actually been a great advantage to me because as I watch people, I start to understand their behavior and I'm able to adjust my behavior towards them. I'm able to adapt to different people. And this has been really good for any of my jobs that I've had. Actually, pretty much all of my jobs have been speaking to people. So I'm able to understand how people behave, how people respond. So if it's someone who is difficult to deal with, I adjust my approach to them accordingly. And that is all because I am observant. And also, this is a very good thing for authors too. That way they can understand how people behave so they can write many different kinds of characters. Big advantage. I mentioned before about social anxiety. There are introverts who do have social anxiety. I don't. Well, the only social anxiety I have is usually at parties where I don't know anyone and going to places like government offices where, quite frankly, I don't like talking to the government because they've been rude to me before. So I'm always a little hesitant because I think, oh, they're going to be rude. They're going to be thinking they're above me. I don't like that. It's not so much social anxiety. It's more like a situational anxiety. But I generally don't get social anxiety. I know some do get it, but I'm okay about it. But when I am in situations, there's something I do, which I'm sure a lot of introverts do, and that is practice conversations in their head. I do that a lot. Whenever I have any situation where there are a lot of unknown things, I want to make sure I have a plan. So I am practicing the conversations in my head. So I'll be just pacing around the room thinking, okay, what do I say? What do I say? That happens with videos as well. I'm often practicing. I'm not the kind of person who just goes into it without any kind of direction. I have to have a plan. So I practice. What am I going to say? So I do that with videos as well as real life conversations. I like to finish off with a couple of comments that people have given to me. One of them is, of course, at a party. Someone just approached me and said, "What's wrong? Is there something wrong with you? Are you feeling bad or something?" Like, no, I just don't like parties. Well, I don't tell them that, of course. I just say, no, I'm just sitting, listening. I'm just relaxing. That's it. But I hate it when people seem to assume that something is wrong. I know a very common thing that introverts often have is something called resting bitch face. It looks like we're pissed off a lot. But that's not really how we're feeling. We're just observing, listening. We're not angry. Don't think we are. We're just sitting there. And I really don't like getting that comment. And finally, a lot of people seem to think being an introvert is a bad thing, like it's a handicap. It absolutely is not. Think about this. Some of the most famous introverts are incredibly successful people. Bill Gates is an introvert. Look where he is now. Richest man in the world. Mark Zuckerberg is also an introvert. Look what happened. He started Facebook. The guy is damn rich. There are a lot of scientists that are also introverts. Einstein, well, he had his own strange quirks as well, but Newton also, a bit of an unusual person. But they were very successful in what they do. And they're actors. Can you imagine this? Probably one of the most famous ones is Jodie Foster. She seems like the intellectual kind anyways, you know? You often think introverts are intellectuals. That doesn't always happen though. But yeah, Jodie Foster is an introvert, but she is a damn good actress. So being an introvert is not bad. It's not a handicap. In fact, they say introverts can make some of the best leaders. Basically because we think things through. We tend to be less emotional about things, and we rely more on our logic. We think a lot more. We take a longer time to think. So we come to probably more well thought out answers and decisions. You see, sometimes my words don't come out very well, do they? It's part of being an introvert. Sometimes. So, how about you? If you're a booktuber, are you an introvert? Actually, I'd like to know, if you are a booktuber, are you an extrovert as well? Leave me a comment below telling me your experience being an introvert or an extrovert. And if you are an extrovert, what do you think an introvert is like? I'll tell you if you're correct or incorrect. Also, if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up and please subscribe. You can also check out these videos as well. So, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.